everybody, crafting journey here. Oh, let's adjust the chair. How was your Monday? Guess what the theme is today? Pink and yarn. I saw this on Bag a Day Crochets. She has a Teespring account where she sells t-shirts, and I loved this little gnome driving his little cart full of yarn. I mean, if that does not say crafting journey, I don't know what does. So, and you could get it in any color. So, of course, I had to get it in pink. Still working on filling this in. I'm really so close to being done. Oh my God, so close. You see what I've got to do here. And then I've got this section here. I was working furiously on it last night, but the little man here that runs my life, Jake, yes, he's here. There he is, right there. There he is. Decided he wanted to go to bed, and which is funny because he won't sleep in the bed anymore. He's at an age where he likes to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. He doesn't want to bother me, or he does, but I don't listen to him because he can't get on and off the bed by himself. So what he's taken to doing is diving under the bed, waiting till I get comfortable in the bed, and then he just sleeps on the floor. That way he can go. He's house trained. He's a pee pad trained. So that way he can go in the middle of the night and do his thing on his pee pad. But he wants to go to bed because at night, right before they go to bed, I give them each a little milk bone treat. So I think it isn't so much that he wanted to go to bed as it is that he wanted his milk bone treat. The silly thing, right? I'm trying to turn this light pad on here. So if you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. This is the morning show with Crafting Journey, where each day I cover what national day it is, this day in history, and I talk about a trial. I cover a trial. Now, sometimes those trials are going on as we speak. Sometimes they have already occurred. The one that we're doing this week has already occurred. So I hope you enjoy the content. Please consider subscribing. Ring the bell when you want to know when I have another video posted. I'm going to be doing another yarn giveaway for the month of May. Yay! So that's going to go up fairly soon. No promises which day, but look out for that. I probably will have to do a redraw on the Treasure Studios Art gift card because we have not had anyone claim the prize. I'm going to give her or this person a few more days. If I don't hear from her, then we will redraw the prize. So that's all of the advertisement portion of the show. So I have some friend mail before we get into the actual content of the show. Friend mail. Okay. First of all, this is not friend mail. Neither was this. I bought these two things on my own, but I, of course, buy them with the money that you donate to support the content of this channel. So let's find a pair of scissors, shall we? This came from, what does she call it? Shine Shop Designs. This is Beth, I think is her name. Oh, and I'm going to be so embarrassed if that's on her name. Anyway. Shine Like a Diamond. I know her as Shine Like a Diamond. I call her Shine. Oh my God. Oh, and we got Tootsie Rolls, just what I need. Yeah. Thank you, Shine. Look at these. They're cover minders. Can you figure out the theme here, guys? Look how pretty those are. So the bottom one says, "We're all mad here," and it's a top hat. And then we have an oval one that says Wonderland, and it's surrounded by the Alice in Wonderland characters. a little heart, a top hat, a rabbit, a teacup, a card, a flower. These are beautiful. Okay. Okay, let's put one on the canvas, shall we? Oh my God. I love these. Check out Shine Shop Designs on Etsy. She has some very unique cover binders. She really does. Now, I heard she had another Alice in Wonderland, but I did not go look because I would be too tempted. In fact, I'm thinking about it now. No, stop. Don't do it. Okay. So the top hat cost me $6.25, and the Wonderland cost me $8.50. So thank you, Shine. I appreciate you letting me purchase those. And she put it in a pink envelope. She's going with the theme. Okay, don't throw that away. There's Tootsie Rolls in it. I know. Okay, let's have some coffee in my Kindness Matters pink and white cup. It's actually lavender. Okay, now this one is from a subscriber. You know, some people make one-time donations through Buy Me a Coffee, or you can donate through becoming a member of the channel or becoming a Patreon. But some people just like to send me things, and that's okay too, because I appreciate each and every one of you for any way that you contribute to the channel. So, what is it? Let's not show my address, because y'all will drive over here and wreak havoc. I don't know. I would actually welcome you. Oh my God, this is a banner day for pink, I'm going to tell you. We have pink paper. I love this. I love it. Hope you enjoy your gifts. I will enjoy this. Oh my God. Now this came from Wilson 3D Designs. Then we got some candy. No, that's not all, but look, the candy's pink. Sweethearts and a little dum-dum. What flavor is that? What flavor is this? Strawberry milkshake. Ooh, yes. Okay. Oh, loving the pink paper. Love it. Maybe it's pink. The object. It is. Oh my God. It's this. Do you see the theme today? Oh my God, this is working out beautifully. Look how gorgeous this is. Now, how does this work? Oh, look at this. It's two trays. There's the lid that goes on top of both trays, and then you open it and you've got two trays. How cool is that? And they have the little stoppers in it. Little rubber stoppers. Okay, we're just gonna, it's got to come out so I can pour them out. Yeah. How cool. Excuse me. Just push that back in. It's kind of a tight fit, but there it goes. So I was working on these two colors here. I didn't realize it was two trays in one. That's pretty cool. I typically use the Archer's Arts trays, and I have them in all these wonderful colors. Look at this. Okay, that went well. Hold, please. Okay, we're back on the record, as they say in legal speak. I cleaned up the mess. I spilled the drills and had to clean them up. So they line up really nicely in the tray, as you can see. So cute. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, as always. Let's get into the show. What national day is it? It is National Weather Observer Day. Who knew? And I picked this one out of, I had several to choose from, as always. But yesterday we were in Crystal's Crafty Creation. She does a Monday morning Zoom call. And it's just for us to chit chat. I'm usually working in the background, but I listen and I chime in every now and then. But yesterday she was very busy observing the weather. And whether, people do this as a hobby. They observe the weather and they report it to their local stations, and it's very helpful. Like yesterday, what was going on was there were multiple tornadoes in Crystal's area in Georgia that touched down and created a lot of damage. And at one point, one was headed straight for her, like we were all waiting for her to run hide in the bathroom or whatever, or duck down under her table. But so weather observers are really helpful to meteorologists, in letting, reporting what's going on at their location. And, today, if you want to celebrate National Weather Observer Day, there's courses you can take on how to, observe the weather, like what kind of clouds and what they mean, and, different weather conditions. And I thought that was pretty cool. So if you're into that sort of thing, or you feel like that's something that might interest you, look up a course to take. Yeah, that'd be cool. But you have to be especially observant, this time of year, tornado season. I live in Wichita, Kansas, home of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. And yes, this is Tornado Alley here. Now, I've been lucky enough not to have seen any. Now, when I was living in Oklahoma, which is one state over, I did see a few. And the clouds for a tornado look so different. Really, you can tell, wow, there's a tornado coming, because the clouds just have this very distinct look. And it's really quite creepy. So, because you're like, oh, I gotta hide. And then I was thinking about it yesterday. Where would I go in my house if a tornado came? Because this house has windows in every room, including the bathroom. So you're like, whoa, where are you gonna go, Rebecca? So I figured the only place I could go is in the laundry room. The laundry room has no windows. So that's where it's right over here. Right there. I'd have to go in there. Yeah. So make sure that this time of year you're diligently observing. If you're not observing the weather itself, make sure you're observing the television, or you have a weather radio. In case, there's a storm and you lose electricity. Because at the same time this is all going on at Crystal's, in Crystal State, Georgia, that, she sent a picture of this video, and it is pouring rain. I mean, I haven't seen a downpour like that in a very long time, since a pipe burst on the 4th floor of our hospital one year. It was bad. I think they said they got 3 inches in a matter of minutes. And I believe it, because, wow, it was raining hard. Now today, the sun is trying to creep out here. We've had some storms locally, some tornadic activity to the west of us. I think that's west that way. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, no, I think that way is west. South is that. Yeah. I don't even know left from right. What am I doing telling you which way is which? Yeah, but I believe that is, if I went that way, I'd run into Colorado within an hour. So there was some tornado activity over that way. Well, maybe more than an hour. I don't know. Look at me. I'm shedding on the diamond painting. Okay, don't forget to sign up for the mystery diamond painting. The Google form is in the Crafting Journey Facebook group, and we would love to have you as a participant. So I have figured out now, I had my guest on Sunday's Live was Life with Lindsay, and she taught me how to do these stories, and I've just been going nuts with the stories. It's so creative, and I love things that are creative. So yesterday I put the kittens up. Last night I did something, I don't remember, something about me being in bed and crocheting, and yeah. So watch out for the stories now, because it's something new, and I just, how I am with new crafty things, and it's fun. You can add music and hashtags and record yourself if you want to. Yeah. Let's talk about day one of the trial. So let's do judge, jury, and journey. That is the name of this segment that I do each day, Monday through Saturday. Judge, jury, and journey. So, well, sometimes on Saturday I don't do it. We do other crafty things on Saturday. So I day one was pretty long. This judge, he's sort of a no-nonsense kind of judge. He's very friendly. He's a big guy, kind of a jolly guy. And he looks like maybe in his younger days he was quite the looker. But like me, he's put on a few pounds. But he's very personal with the judge. Oh, you ran out of hot chocolate? I'll make sure you get more hot chocolate. And, the jurors. And then in the afternoon or in the morning, he passed around a jar of Jolly Ranchers, which sort of it coincided with right before they were going to view the autopsy photos, which I thought, well, that's weird. I'll be sucking on my Jolly Rancher looking at an autopsy photo. No, thank you. And then he says, oh, in the afternoon, you're going to get chocolate. And I'm thinking, okay, that I can get behind. Autopsy photo or no, I can get behind a little chocolate. So, but like, he doesn't take long breaks. Like, he's got witnesses coming like this, So it was a long first day. So I'm probably going to break this up into two parts because the second part would be the interview of the defendant, which was an hour and a half long. And I did get through it, but I want to watch it again because I think I missed a lot of it. Some of it was hard to, it wasn't that it was hard to hear, it's just that sometimes this guy kind of mumbles or he says something and you're like, what? Did I really hear what I think I just heard? Because the story is quite unbelievable. So the first person on the stand is a Detective Robertson. He is a patrol officer. He's dispatched to go to the Blanchard home. Now, there's a phone call that the friends and neighbors make that early morning to the police department after they see a Facebook post that says there was a murder rape at this location. So they're thinking, oh my God, we haven't seen Dee Dee Blanchard or Gypsy Rose in a few days. I hope they're okay. So this patrol officer thinks he's going to the house to do a wellness check and see if these people are okay. So he gets to the house. Now he has a partner, and now his partner is interviewing the friends and the family. He's walking around the house, and he wants to look in the windows. He knocks on the door. There's no answer. He's walking around the house. He's looking in windows. The windows were all blacked out, so you could not see through the windows. So, there's nothing he can see. So he goes over and he checks the mailbox, and the mail inside the mailbox is postmarked. This was June 14th, and the mail inside the mailbox was postmarked June 8th. So it had been sitting there for a few days. So we know now that her car, Dee Dee Blanchard's vehicle, is in the driveway. So now everybody's suspicions are heightened, and so he calls the on-call detective, who immediately gets a search warrant and comes to the location. So the next person up on the stand is this on-call detective. So he comes with the search warrant. They enter the house, and there's photos of the house, and it's quite messy. It's full of wheelchairs and medical devices, and I wouldn't say it's dirty. It's just cluttered. There's a lot of clutter in this house. You can see pictures of Gypsy's room. She's got this foo-foo bed and stuffed animals everywhere, like she's a 5-year-old. They found, upon the last bedroom on the right was, of course, the mother's bedroom, and that's where they find the mother's body. So, yeah, then the crime scene is established. So what they find, what they collect as evidence is there's some paper towels in the bathroom that have some blood stains on them. There's a couple of different cleaning bottles with cleaning solution in them. There's droplets of blood in the sink. There's a disposable razor that's just kind of tossed out. There's wipes that you can see someone has used to try to wipe away some blood, and those are thrown in the trash. There's this stained glass film on all of the windows, so that's why he could not see in the window, because all the windows are covered in this stained glass, which is not my decor of choice, but okay. Then in the top drawer of the bedroom of Miss Blanchard, they find a bank bag that's empty to the local bank and a roll of duct tape. Now, I don't know how this plays into anything, the duct tape, but because that wasn't used as part of the murder. But so what was she doing with a gigantic roll of duct tape in her dresser drawer? I don't think I want to know. And I don't know if we'll ever find out. The next person on the stand is the medical examiner investigator. So typically a medical examiner has a group of investigators. Each ME's office has investigators. They will gather medical records. They will go to scenes to gather evidence, take photographs, bring the body back to the morgue, and then help them with the autopsy. So, and there's actually, I did not know this, you can get a degree in this, like a master's degree in this medical, legal, examiner, I don't know, investigation. Who knew? But so this gentleman comes on and he testifies that he goes to the scene. He can tell by looking at the body and the status of the rigor mortis. Rigor mortis happens to a body when when a person dies, it goes through this process of rigor mortis, where at first, the body slowly becomes very, very rigid, and that phase will pass. And once it passes, you become kind of flaccid again. But and then the blood will pool depending on, she was on her stomach, so the blood probably pooled to her stomach and down towards that bottom slice of her body. But so he could tell by looking at all this that she'd been dead at least 36 hours. Because this is, remember, this is June 14th. Now he's responding at really on June 15th in the middle of the night, like 1 o'clock in the morning. They finally get him to the scene. Um, so he testifies that he photographed everything, and then he brought, he prepared, put her in a body bag, uh, brings her back to the morgue, and then the next morning, or that morning of the 15th, he assists the medical examiner in the autopsy, and then takes photographs of the autopsy. So, the attorneys are like, well, due to the sensitive nature of these photos, they didn't want to show them on the camera. And thank God, because I didn't want to see them. I never understand why anybody wants to see these gruesome pictures. We know she was murdered. I believe you. I don't need to see the pictures. And if I ever become a juror on a murder case, I'm going to tell them, no, sorry, I pass. I don't want to see the pictures here. So they handed out packets to each juror. So they opened the packets, and then they could look. This man described each picture, so she had 17 stab wounds, and stab is an actual stab with a knife where you just kind of go in and out. And then there were 2 incisor wounds. Now, an incisor wound is where you take the knife and you kind of, cut across. And that was on the back of her neck. But she had a couple of those stab wounds went into the lungs, both the left lung and the right lung, and one of the wounds pierced her aorta, her heart, one of the chambers of her heart, and she basically, bled out. So the cause of death was ruled a stabbing. Now, stab wounds. That was the cause of death, which is kind of unusual for a cause of death. It would be, I would have expected it to be like, I don't know, exsanguination due to stab wounds, some kind of condition that caused her death, like in other words, lack of blood. She bled to death, or heart attack due to stab wounds, or, whatever. But this guy just says, no, cause of death was stab wounds. So one of the stab wounds was so deep it went to her cervical spine, and then, like I said, one did pierce the heart. So that was the end of that guy. I was like, oh, good, that's over. Yay. Because I'm done with that. Then they bring another person on the stand who they were using this person. It was one of the detectives who had responded to the Days Inn, and he had secured surveillance footage of both Gypsy Rose and the defendant, Mr. Godejohn, Nick Godejohn. So they get that into evidence, but it's not published. He says, I'll publish it later. So we don't get to see that. I don't think it would have showed us much, but anyway, then they bring on 2 different cab drivers, which I thought was really interesting. 2 yellow cab drivers. The first driver testified that she picked up the defendant at the Days Inn on June 10th. Now, mind you, they found the body on June 14th. So on June 10th at 2:06 a.m., she picked this gentleman up, Nick Godejohn. She identified him, takes him to the victim's house, and drops him off. And she said she remembered it because it was kind of strange that he didn't go in the front door. He kind of went around to the back door. And then the other cab driver on June 10th at 5:48 a.m., so roughly 3 hours and 40 minutes later, he picks up Nick and Gypsy Rose and takes them to the Days Inn. Now, he testified that he thought Gypsy had a wig on, which, that stuck out to him, which would be consistent because we know that her mom would keep her head shaved to make her look sick. And he dropped him off at the Days Inn at 5:55 a.m. Okay, then we bring on the next detective who he went out to the Greyhound bus station, which is how they leave town. He goes out to the Greyhound bus station and he picks up surveillance footage, also put into evidence, but it's not published to the jury, so nobody's seen it yet. Then we have this female detective who testified. She went to Wisconsin to interview Gypsy Rose and the defendant. And then that's where I'm going to leave off on day one, because she is the one that conducts the interview with Nick Godejohn. And I've written a few things down here, but I will keep it for tomorrow because this is the strangest interview I have ever seen. So I'm going to give it another look and then we'll talk about it. Very strange case. And then I also watched a little bit. I mean, this is not her trial, Gypsy Rose's trial, but I watched a little bit of her interview as well. Also quite strange. So we'll talk about that tomorrow in Judge, Jury, and Journey. All right. This we could do this day in history. I don't know. I need to make up a better song than that, don't I, right? Okay. All right. This day in history. I thought you guys thought police shootings were like this modern day thing. Oh no, honey. Police shootings go way back in history. This is in 1886. I think. Yeah. Yeah, 1886, May 4th, 1886, the Haymarket Square riot. This is in Chicago, Illinois. Now, there's a group, the day before, on May 3rd, during this labor worker is out picketing, and he's shot by a police officer. So the next day, what do you think's going to happen? There's a peaceful labor rally, and it starts to rain because there's hundreds of people there. It starts to rain, so the crowd kind of disperses a bit, but there's still like about 300 people there. So they send out 200 police officers to respond to this peaceful labor rally. And they've never identified who did it, but someone throws a bomb at the police officers. So in response, the police officers start shooting. Now there's like this big gun battle going on. And when all is said and done, there are 12 people dead and hundreds, they said more than a dozen people dead and hundreds injured. What happened to the peaceful rally? So they put a bunch of these activists on trial. Several were sentenced to life in prison. No, they were sentenced to the death sentence. Yeah, at least three or four were sentenced to a death sentence. Not the police officers, the labor workers were arrested. One of them commits suicide in his jail cell the night before he's supposed to be executed. And then following that, the governor, he commutes the remaining sentences to life sentences. No more death penalty. And then at some point, they just get pardoned altogether and released. Because the whole situation was just crazy. Crazy. They never figured out who threw the bomb. Yeah. Yeah, there was 1, 2, 3, 4. There were actually 4 people. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get this right. There was a death sentence for 7 of the labor people, 7. And then the 8th one was sentenced to 15 years in prison. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them were executed. 1 commits suicide, and then the rest eventually get pardoned. What a horrible situation, you know. Oh, my God. Terrible. Anyway, that's our history is filled with police shootings and peaceful rallies. Yes, because, you know, free speech in America, right? And everybody can have a gun. Let's all go get some guns. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I just alienated half of America. I'm not talking about hunting rifles, guys. I'm talking about guns. We don't need them in our homes. You know, when I was married to the police officer for 18 years, when he came home, his gun went into a safe. Every night, that gun went into a safe because I didn't want the damn thing in my house. You know, I didn't want it on his dresser. I didn't want it in the top drawer. It had to go in that safe until he needed it the next day. And that was a pain in the butt for him. But I felt safer because I didn't want these guns in my house. And he wasn't a collector of guns. Thank you. It wasn't a hunter. So all he had was his service revolver. Am I done with this color? There's no way. Anyway. I have talked the ear off of you guys today, and I got to go to work. Yeah, in my office. Last day. Tomorrow, I actually officially go into the office for 3 days in a row. I know it might kill me. It might kill me. Yeah. All right, guys. Love you all. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow in the morning show.